The Order of St. George of the House of Habsburg-Lorraine brings together faith, service, and Christian witness in a living community. Rooted in the legacy of St. George, it was established in the 15th century as a military order to advocate for the Christian faith and combat threats to Christendom. To this day, it continues to highlight a spiritual life shaped by courage, charity, and fidelity to Christian values. But also, speed. Ferdinand Habsburg is a driver for the Alpine endurance team. And over the course of his career, he has won several major titles, including the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 2021. He has never hidden his faith, and throughout his life and career, religion has remained a constant source of strength and support. In conversation with Andreas Thonhauser, EWTN Chief Global Officer, Ferdinand shared what it means to live as a Catholic in a world where religion is not often taken into account, proving that while racing is all about speed, faith is what keeps him grounded.
I feel like faith is the most versatile thing that you can have. So it applies to everything, and every day I'm doing my performance. I'm trying to win races, or I'm preparing for anything. God is the center in every single way, because it's such a wonderful experience to be in the sport, but it's also sometimes very frustrating, like most of those kind of high-level things in life, where you can't control most of the things that are going to influence the outcome. I can't control the weather, I can't control how the tires will last, if my engine will last, if my team of 60, 70 people will all make the right decision to try to compete against the best. All I can do is do my best and trust that God will do the rest for me, and then try to win all the races.
So do you have like any personal routines or moments of prayer before you get into that race car?
Yes, I try to bring the Rosary into it before I go into the car. I think the Rosary is perfect actually, because it's also bringing you a bit into that flow state, that kind of repetitive, beautiful prayer to Our Lady who protects me. So I get a connection with her. And then also it kind of calms the nerves. And I think also what's really awesome is to live and exist in a world that is really discomfortable, in the sense that there is nobody there that lives their faith, or there is no faith there. And sometimes I feel very grateful, because I'm so privileged to have so many beautiful communities like this Order of St. George, where faith is so prevalent and potent. So I feel safe there, you know, you're like in your cocoon. Everybody kind of agrees and wants to move in the same direction. And then the next day I'm on a racetrack and I get the complete opposite, where I'm being mocked for my faith. And it's so beautiful, because it's not good to just be comfortable, you know? Jesus was not comfortable. I'm not saying that I want to live what Jesus lived through, but I know that I need to be uncomfortable to be able to make a difference.
I know that once you had or maybe you had several crashes, but one crash was really bad. Could you talk to us a little bit about that, when you crashed into a wall with more than 200 kilometers per hour? How did you recover from that?
So we were preparing for the 24 Hours of Le Mans. I raced for the car company Alpine, a French car manufacturer. Among my teammates, we tried our best to try to develop the car, but during development of things, you have to push things to the limit, including brake systems, of course. And we were developing, and we did a 30-hour continuous test to try to see the endurance of the vehicle. And in the last hour, the brakes failed with me in the car. And there was a few elements to it, like if it would have happened 400 or 500 meters later, I would have been over 300 kilometers an hour, and then, you know, very likely I would not have been walking now anymore. So a matter of a 4,000 kilometer test, a couple hundred meters, made the difference of me being able to go away relatively unscathed. I did have a broken back, which was unpleasant, and you had to recover for 3 months. And I was very confronted with myself, no question. But there were so many elements of it that as soon as I was taken out of the car, they had to cut me out because it was very deep in the wall. And I was on my way to the hospital. I only felt like this intense gratitude that I could feel my legs. And I'm confident and so grateful to Our Lady there, that I feel like she intervenes there, and she makes sure that we are confronted with our fears, but make sure that it's not something that we can't overcome. And so luckily, even though it was difficult for me to accept this, to miss races right at the beginning of my year, I was able to return, and I think now I'm a better racing driver.
But it seems hard to me to first of all accept it, to cope with it, but then also be ready again to get into a race car, or any moment that could happen again. Yes,
it requires a lot more faith than I did before. Now it's when the fear creeps in, I just think to myself, I know I'm safe. I'm in God's hands, you know, and it makes me want to brake later, actually. Because before I never thought about that. I didn't have the thought of fear of something could go wrong. I just drove, because when you're 11 you don't think about it, and then really nothing terrible happened my whole career. I had the odd accident and I had some broken bones, but nothing where I was really worried. This one was scary because it was really dangerous to me, you know, possibly not walking anymore. And for me, that image of not being able to walk, not being able to dance, was so scary. I mean, let alone, you know, like you can also lose your life doing this. So, but apart from that, so it definitely shook something inside of me. It set some alarms off, and then now it's whenever I feel that fear, I just remind myself that I'm safe and I'm protected, and the battle has been won. So, and it just really awesomely makes me want to brake later. So,
Ferdinand, thank you so much for being with us, and all the best for your next races.
Thank you.